think we're on, guys.
Welcome to Let Them Talk. I'm Paul DeRienzo with Miss Joan Marie Moossy,
Hi.
who's back with us, and our guest, Dimitri. Dimitri, your African name, which I always forget. I'm sorry. Mubengo. Dimitri Mugianis.
That's it.
Yeah.
Welcome
okay,
back.
welcome back, Mubengo.
Thank you.
And you're going to have the latest reports on the situation in Gabon and in general in the world of Ibogaine, which we've been talking about quite a bit on this show because it's so fascinating. The whole concept of addiction, I mean... It's,
But we're not talking about Survivor Gabon.
no, not Survivor Gabon, although we'll have some clips of surviving in Gabon, but it won't be the same thing. Well, you've been to Gabon. You recently returned from Gabon.
Yeah, I've been to Gabon.
Where is Gabon?
Gabon is in West Central Africa, right on the equator.
How do you get there?
Well, you got to take a plane to either France or Morocco or Ethiopia, and you fly into a very modern airport in downtown Libreville.
How long does it take from New York to
With the layovers and everything, about 24 hours, 22 to 24 hours.
22, 24 hours, right? And you get to their modern airport in the capital city of Libreville.
Yes.
In Gabon. And what happens when you walk into the town of Libreville? What's it like?
Libreville's a great. I love Libreville, but there's a stark contrast. There's a lot of the world, even New York. But I think the contrast is even starker in a place like Gabon, where there is great wealth and extreme poverty. So you can be 1 minute in something that looks like a Walmart and go for a little walk, and you can be in some of the most terrible slums you've ever been in your life. So.
But it's an urban environment, Libreville.
Libreville is an urban environment. It's a city. Great nightlife.
Restaurants.
There's restaurants, international cuisine. I love Libreville.
Okay. And then is that where when you meet up with your with the Ibogaine Nagangas, is that where you hang out in Libreville, or do you go to the countryside?
The Bwiti, which is the religion around the consumption of iboga, the plant which Ibogaine is derived from, is strong in Libreville. I mean, like a lot of places, people are going to the cities. A lot of people are leaving the village and the cities.
And it's a religion.
It is a religion. It's a system of belief, and like most West African systems, it's an ancestral, based on an ancestral reverence, and also a relationship to nature and relationship to the plant, the ingestion of the sacrament, which some folks compare to maybe the peyote or the ayahuasca sacraments.
But it's a rite of passage in their tribe.
What's the political situation in Gabon? How would you describe that?
Well, this is going on YouTube, right? And I got to go back to Gabon.
That's interesting.
What I would say is Gabon is an incredibly rich country. There's 1.5 million people in Gabon. There are some very, very greedy people in Gabon. There are also some very greedy people who have been raping Africa for hundreds of years. Of course, the Europeans and the Americans, and now the Chinese are there. Gabon, the people of Gabon could live very, very well. They have minerals, they have oil, they have natural gas, they have timber, they have fisheries, but the people are not getting the money or the food.
So they're strong in natural resources, but that's being exploited
It's
by
being
outside
exploited.
people?
Yeah, well, outside people, and then certain folks within the system. Gabon is a peaceful country by Western African standards, by the regional standards, really by most standards. And that's a good thing, that's a blessing. But there's incredible disparity between rich and poor. And there is no need for that. And there's also an exploitation of the natural resources that on paper is very good, there's very protective, but in reality, the Chinese...
Oh, they have national parks.
It's it's incredible. They've called it the last Eden.
Why is it Gabon called the last Eden?
It's a place where it's mostly, the rainforest is still there, it's strong, the wildlife is still there, it's beautiful, but the pygmies are there, the people who are the originators of Bwiti, the first to ingest the sacrament of iboga.
Now, is there a tourist industry there?
There is an eco-tourist industry that is starting to grow. Again,
comparable to, say, like Costa Rica?
It hasn't reached those levels yet, and I would really hope that that folks in Gabon really protect this incredible resource, not only for Gabon but for the world. And it's one of the most beautiful places that you can go to. It's a very difficult place at times for people to travel through. When you ask me where I go for Bwiti, to really get there are many different kinds of bwiti, but to go and get the experience, you really need to go into the countryside, into the bush, if you, with the pygmies, which I've gone to see in the south, or go and visit the different ethnic groups and the different tribal groups that practice bwiti.
Now explain
Okay.
to people what Nganga means.
A Nganga is an initiate into bwiti.
So it's sort of like a shaman.
Yeah, I
be
would say that,
people might
yeah, I would say that
connect
would be the
with.
comparison to
Okay.
the Nganga.
Well, so we have a couple minutes of video
Oh.
of a Ibogaine treatment that's actually being carried out, or initiation that's being carried out in Gabon, and we're going to play a couple minutes of that just to give some background to listeners out there, to viewers.
Fantastic.
Okay, so we're going to do that right now,
Okay.
and we're going to show it right behind us.
Okay, oh, good. I'll duck.
Yeah, I was going to say, we'll leave. Recently, a controversial method of treatment for drug addicts has been discovered. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, we could just like touch it.
Ibogaine is a drug.
Who's this guy?
That is from Africa.
That guy's not an Nganga.
Derived
No.
from a plant in Africa that has many unknown functions, and some people are
I do my
exploring its use
thing?
to treat drug
Okay.
dependence. It got a lot of attention because it was proposed as an anti-dependence agent.
I took Ibogaine to help me stop using drugs. I couldn't stop.
At higher doses, it causes alterations in consciousness and has what might be called hallucinogenic effects, and some people may say it's entheogenic effects. They put you in closer contact with cosmic forces, at least the perception is that.
I was very excited. I had a lot of fun on hallucinogens as a young man. And then, you know, I was wrapped up in drug addiction. I couldn't get clean. And I was like, I'm going to go take this Ibogaine. I'm going to go trip and kick dope. You know, what's better than...
All right, we're going to talk some more about that. All right, and let's see what we have back here. Hang on one second.
Was that a pretty smooth transition that I did there?
Well, on this end.
Okay. Let's put this. Now, I wanted to put this image behind us, because this is an image from Gabon.
The
And
rainforest of
from the
Gabon.
rainforest of Gabon, you can see it's a silverback gorilla. It's gorgeous. I mean,
Beautiful.
what a picture. And you can just get some idea of just how beautiful Gabon is. Now, we saw a few seconds. What did we see in that video, those few seconds?
You
ago,
saw a
man?
couple of things there. You saw someone preparing for initiation. You saw a banzi, someone who was the initiate. He was looking into the mirror. Often when someone is ready to pass over the reflection, they can't see the reflection. They say into the mirror, but not the reflection. You saw a bit of the incredible dance. That type of sort of, and I'm not an expert on bwiti.
Right.
I'm a new initiate into
Sure.
bwiti. But that sort of rapid movement like that sort of really very sexual, almost violent dance is a celebration towards the end of someone's initiation. And you saw some of the beautiful ritual that bwiti has to offer, and the art and the music of bwiti.
Right.
Now, what about the white makeup, or I'm not sure if it was clay or what they were putting onto the one young man?
They were preparing him for his initiation to pass over into
And what
death.
is that white stuff? Is it a
It's
clay
a
mud?
paint. It's a special paint that's used in ceremony, and it's a face paint, you know. And they're preparing him to pass over into death, to see his ancestors, to go into the other side, when he will come back as a new person, reborn, and he will be given a different name. Like my name is Mubengo, and because I've been initiated, and I think some of the shots that you showed there were some of the same villages that I've been in. Actually, I recognize some stuff.
We're live, by the way, as you can probably tell from watching, and we're at, you can call us, our number's on the screen, 212-757-1538, and we'll be happy to take your questions.